It sat still, watching just beyond the brush. In 2012, deep in rural Alberta, Canada, a trapper set up a motion-triggered trail cam to monitor local wildlife. What it captured wasn't any known animal, and it wasn't just passing through. The image shows a massive figure seated calmly among the low forest ground. Broad shoulders, a cone-shaped head with no visible neck, long, muscular arms covered in coarse reddish-brown hair. The figure appears comfortable, almost aware. Skeptics have offered explanations, a bear or someone in a ghillie suit, but the shape doesn't match. Bears don't have human-like proportions, and this figure would be at least 7 feet tall if standing upright. That narrows the field significantly. Some cryptozoologists have even called this one of the clearest photos yet of a Sasquatch in a non-aggressive pose. Resting, observing, unbothered. So did this guy capture a moment of calm in a creature's routine? Is this somehow just an extraordinary illusion? I took a long look at this one and I cannot figure this out. Sometimes it's what you don't see during filming that's the most terrifying. YouTuber Desert Sasquatch was out hiking, documenting his journey through a remote forest.
I keep coming across all these bones right in here that I haven't ever... Well, I've seen them, that kind of bone. At first I thought it was something else, but it's just a regular elk bone or something. I thought it'd been like drilled on or something. It hadn't. Anyway,
and his basic commentary on what he believed were signs of predator activity. But after uploading the footage, viewers pointed something out. Something he missed entirely. On the right side of the screen, behind the trees, a figure moves. Dark, upright, watching. Desert Sasquatch never saw it in person, only the camera caught it, and his audience. You can tell he thought he was alone, judging by his relaxed tone. He had no clue anything was nearby. Now, could it have been a hiker? Possibly. But this was deep forest, far from really any marked trails. And the figure? It was large, and it moved like it didn't want to be seen. Some skeptics say it's just another shadow. Others say it's exactly what his name implies, a Sasquatch, keeping tabs from the tree line. He thought he was just stopping for lunch, then something snapped. While hiking solo through a quiet forest trail, a man paused to rest and grab a bite to eat. In the top right corner of the frame, something shifts.
Oh, well. Yeah, did you see the big tree break over there? It was a good snap.
A loud tree snap rings out, and then a figure becomes visible. Tall, dark, and not shaped like anything you'd expect out there. But the hiker didn't notice it live. He never turned the camera, never looked that way. Some believe it was a forest-dwelling cryptid, startled by his presence. Others say it was nothing, just nature doing what nature does. I don't know, the movement felt deliberate. If you were alone in the woods and you heard a sudden tree snap, are you digging deeper, packing up and leaving? Let us know. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling story passed down from his uncle, an experienced elk hunter with no history of tall tales. The encounter took place in Oregon late one evening while returning to camp alone. A massive rock, roughly 25 pounds, whizzed past his head. The next morning, curiosity pulled him back to the spot. There in the mud were large, deep footprints. Not boot tracks, not animal prints. These were bipedal, spaced wide, and oddly clean. Even more unsettling, he realized they weren't just wandering. They were following a deer trail. Something had been tracking prey, and might have mistaken this guy for competition. He really considered following the prints, but something in his gut told him not to. That kind of fear, comes from within. Now, was this just an unnaturally strong prankster, or did this hunter cross paths with something territorial, powerful, and watching? Tell me what you would have done in his place. He thought it was a bear until it stood up and screamed. Jack and his father were deep in northern Michigan's Boundary Waters canoe area on one of their regular fishing and camping trips. While his dad unpacked gear, Jack wandered off to collect firewood and unknowingly walked straight into something strange. From behind a tree, he saw movement. At first glance, he assumed it was a bear until it rose to full height, upright, human-like. It froze, then let out a sharp, high-pitched sound that Jack said didn't resemble anything he'd ever heard in the wild. A moment later, it bolted back into the trees. He managed to snap one photo before it disappeared, and that image has left experts puzzled. The posture doesn't match a bear. The proportions? Too symmetrical. And the sound? Not a known predator or prey in the region? Some have speculated it could be a misidentified person, but others point to the remote location and distinct vocalization as signs. This was something else entirely. So what did Jack really see in those Michigan woods? A rare animal encounter or a cryptid slipping between the trees? Look at the photo and tell us what you believe. When something that's not supposed to exist moves like it owns the mountain, you never forget. While trekking through the snowy peaks of Nepal, two mountaineers found themselves battling the thin air and brutal conditions, until something unexpected made them forget the cold entirely. Far across the snowfield, a massive figure was moving, calmly, powerfully, through deep drifts that should have slowed anything else. At first they thought it was a person, until they noticed its size. It was huge, covered head to toe in thick black fur, and it moved like the altitude meant nothing. There were no other climbers in that direction. The mountaineers stared in disbelief. The only explanation that made sense in that moment, the Yeti, the legendary creature said to roam the Himalayas. And while skeptics dismiss these stories as myths, no one has been able to explain what they captured that day. Was this just an unusually large animal, or a glimpse at something ancient, watching from the heights? He went out to capture nature, but something was already watching. Rodney took a solo day trip into the wilderness. Everything felt normal, until he got home and reviewed the footage. In one wide shot, something strange appears in the upper left corner of the frame. Just behind the bushes, barely visible, a dark figure seems to be peeking out. It's easy to miss. Rodney didn't notice it in the moment, but after uploading the clip, Bigfoot enthusiasts jumped all over it. Many claimed it was a genuine sighting, a cautious Sasquatch observing from cover. Skeptics pointed to the grainy resolution and unclear outline, calling it nothing more than a shadow. So what did Rodney accidentally catch? I'm going to kick this one to you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Nice, wholesome family vacation footage, until something started watching them from the trees. Back in 2011, a family vacationing in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee filmed what they thought would just be another scenic memory. But when reviewing the footage later, they noticed something in the background.
What's he doing?
A large, dark figure appearing briefly, then vanishing behind a cluster of bushes. The terrain around Clingman's Dome, where this was filmed, is steep, rugged, and not the kind of place someone would hike in a costume for fun. Skeptics have tried to dismiss the figure as a hiker or even a hoax, but those who know the area say it's unlikely. This isn't flat ground. It's dense forest on unstoppable slopes, and local reports of Bigfoot-like creatures in these mountains go back decades. This clip only added to the growing archive of sightings from the region. What did they really capture? A local playing a trick on some tourists? Perhaps it was something that never wanted to be seen. He set up a camera to identify strange forest noises. What he captured was far worse than expected. In rural Georgia, a homeowner had been hearing strange, unsettling noises coming from the woods just beyond his backyard. One night, he decided to find out what was lurking out there. He set up a camera with audio recording and left it rolling overnight. What he captured the next morning left him frozen. A voice, deep and distant, calls out, followed by a low rumbling growl that doesn't match any known animal vocalization. He sent the audio to wildlife experts, biologists, anyone who might offer a grounded explanation. But once he posted the footage online, people had theories. One name came up again and again: Bigfoot. Georgia, particularly in the north, is no stranger to cryptid sightings, and many believe vocalizations like this are territorial warnings. So what do you think called out from the woods that night? A mistaken echo, or something with intelligence? Something that didn't want to be recorded? It sounded human, but something about it was wrong. This next clip comes from a solo hiker trekking through the dense Appalachian woods. Somewhere off camera, a voice calls out. Faint, desperate, a human voice, begging for help. But there's just something off about it. The cadence is slightly off. Like something trying to sound human, but not quite getting it right. The hiker doesn't investigate. He doesn't say a word. He just keeps filming and eventually ends the recording without offering any explanation. The video sparked immediate speculation. Was it someone truly in danger, or something luring him off trail? The Appalachian region has a long history of strange disappearances, and many believe cryptids or mimics might be responsible. So what do? Follow the voice? Get the heck out of there? Listen closely, ask yourself, is that really a person? Study Sasquatch team. Kirk, Shane, and Dave analyzing thermal footage of an unknown bipedal heat signature. Here's what's weird. The mystery figure shows zero equipment. No backpack, no clothing details, nothing. But when the researchers are filmed, you see everything. Backpacks, pants, human features, crystal clear.
In this video of Shane and me, you can see that our backpacks are visible, our pants have spots that are visible. Again, you look at the unknown heat signature with this 200% zoom. There's no backpack. Doesn't appear to be clothing. No hat.
Zoomed in 200%, this creature has no distinguishing features and moves with this strange lumber. Compare that to hunters caught 2 days later. Their gear is easily identifiable on thermal.
Another couple of hunters, the same day as the other two hunters, 2 days before the unknown heat signature, and you can see that they're carrying backpacks, and you can see clothing and hats.
Days before, and even more compelling, the camera caught a hunter using the bathroom. But if you look near the top of the screen, there's another heat signature that they claim is a Sasquatch peeking from behind a tree. Classic Sasquatch behavior, they say.
Here we have a 250% zoom, and the heat signature is going to peek around the tree, and there it looks like two ears pop up, making it look like a deer, but then the ears go away. And here we have a 300% zoom, slowed it down, and I guess a deer. Original on the left, Dave's recreation on the right. Can't tell much from the first video. Now this is 300% zoom, original on the left, Dave on the right.
The team officially calls it inconclusive, but you can feel their disappointment. In my opinion, they're being kind of bureaucratic when they clearly think it's legit Bigfoot. And yeah, I mean, the thermal evidence is pretty compelling. Human gear shows up, this thing doesn't. What's your take? Reddit user Salty ad just camping with friends, snapping normal group photos. Frankly, nothing unusual happening. Well, not until they checked the pictures later. One shot stopped them cold. A ghostly face peering from behind a rock formation. Clear as day in the background where nobody should be. But here's what makes this seriously creepy. They posted a second photo taken just seconds apart. Same spot, same angle, but the figure? Completely gone. Anyone ever caught something random in their photos like this? I'd love to know. April 2011 in the Jemez Mountains, New Mexico. Kirk Brandenburg captures thermal footage with professional equipment that sparked years of debate. The analysis gets technical fast. Human comparison subject at 100 yards. But by using bark patterns, diagonal logs, and terrain analysis, they place the creature at least 150 yards away. Now, size is the big issue here. Being 50 yards further makes it appear smaller in thermal, meaning this thing is potentially massive compared to the human. But as the problem with most Bigfoot evidence, we have to make assumptions everywhere. Was the creature standing on something, elevated ground, rock formation? Without knowing exact conditions, height calculations become guesswork. The thermal signature itself is compelling. Clearly bipedal, clearly large, but how large remains the million-dollar question. Professional equipment and team, detailed analysis, compelling footage, but yet this is still no slam dunk. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts on this thermal evidence. Oklahoma woods, teenage boys, gas-filled bottle. Honestly, just typical teenager stuff if you ask me.
Is you putting it right in there in that corner?
Right in the center, see that?
Okay.
Hey, hold on for a second, put it in. Tell us all when you are.
Okay, you ready?
Is it gonna light the couch on fire?
No, it shoots up.
Okay, put it in. My phone's almost dead.
Okay.
Second's hot, perfect though. Hopefully I didn't loosen it too much. It'll take a minute. It'll start.
Fire better not go out. Me and Dax have burritos we need to cook.
Go out.
No! Don't you dare do that. It's doing it back. It's not doing it right.
Suck, is it just leaking out the bottom?
Yeah.
Dang.
Damn it. Hot enough to leak out the bottom?
It's not leaking out the bottom, is it?
The top, probably.
It's going. Got the
Oh, it
sleeves?
hasn't even blown up yet, has it?
No.
Did any of you guys throw anything else in there?
Watch.
Damn.
Come on, do it.
Hey, did any of you guys throw anything else in there?
Oh, there it goes.
It's gonna go.
Come on,
I just made this leak.
come on.
Did you put the lid on it? Oh!
Yeah!
A tall grayish figure creeping through the woods like it's sneaking up on these boys. And the crazy part is that the boys didn't even see it. I kept waiting for one of them to say something. They only discovered this when reviewing the footage later. Now, in the comments, some people are debating about this being normal wildlife. No, it's moving upright, it's on two legs. It's not an animal. It's either something from another dimension or it's a human, which is also still scary because they don't know who it is. The hardcore believers are saying the dimensions look way off for a human. Too tall, too lean, moving with a ghostly quality. I'll kick this one to you guys. What do you think was silently watching these boys? A dude walking on the beach collecting shells caught this freaking thing. I mean, if this isn't an alien, like, what is it? Round mouth, ringed with tiny little tentacles. Just completely absurd looking. I can't imagine finding this on the beach. I mean, the comments went wild. Apparently, some marine experts were walking the beach and quickly killed the alien hype. They said that this is most likely just a common cuttlefish that washed ashore. And yes, they actually look like this. Terrifyingly tentacled mouth. I mean, I don't know. I think it's offensive to other fish to call that thing a fish, though. Father-son kayaking trip turns into real-life Joan and the whale situation. Adrian Samancas is just paddling when a massive humpback whale surfaces to feed and boom, scoops him straight into his mouth. What in the absolute heck?
Hey! Ya, vente, vente. Tranquilo, agarra el bote, agárralo, tranquilo, agárralo. Agárralo, agárralo, no te subas.
Imagine being in your kayak, and then imagine being inside of a whale. Pure nightmare fuel. And yes, Adrian escapes and lives to tell this incredible story.
Yo pensé que me había comido ya y que me había tragado, pero ya cuando salí entendí que claro, probablemente era por curiosidad que se había acercado la ballena o quizás como para comunicar algo.
Wildlife experts explain that humpback whales have very narrow throats, making it impossible for them to swallow large objects. Still, being temporarily whale food has to be the ultimate you won't believe what happened to me today story. If you have anything close to this, please drop it in the comments. This clip from Brazil's Pantanal wetlands, yeah, I'm just gonna put this right here and let you take a gander. Absolutely not. Wall-to-wall caymans everywhere. Oh, and the fisherman's reaction? Completely unfazed. Cruising through like it's no big deal. Surrounded by hundreds of predators. One wrong move and he's dinner. I mean, this guy's acting like he's commuting on the freeway. Ay, ay, ay. More power to him. A couple out fishing at a peaceful forest lake is just snapping some photos. The first photo comes out super weird looking, so she takes another shot just seconds later. But this one would be weirder than the first. In the second photo, a white figure appears in the background. Definitely not fully human looking, but here's the kicker, it is actually casting a clear reflection in the water. The couple swears they were completely alone, no other anglers, no hikers, nobody around for miles. Just them and whatever showed up in that second shot. Again, this is like the other clip, 2 photos taken seconds apart, first one shows nothing, second one reveals this mysterious presence. And let me break that down, if something was actually there, shouldn't it appear in both shots? Comments are saying malfunction, lens flare, blah blah blah. No, lens flares don't cast reflections in the water. And that reflection detail is crucial here. Fake images rarely include that level of physical interaction with the environment. That's my 2 cents. Let me have yours. What do you think appeared at that lake? Paranormal visitor, digital glitch, or something else entirely? YouTuber D from D's Dark Adventures was solo camping when curiosity got the better of her. She started hearing noises and figured she'd investigate. The old classic horror movie setup. While exploring the area thinking it's just normal wildlife, she accidentally captures something that'll give her nightmares. Check this out.
Oh my gosh. That trail. Okay, this is leading to the water too, I think. So I might... That trail. Okay, this is leading to the water too, I think. So I might go in here.
A black figure with a pale face lurking behind the bushes. Watch how quickly it vanishes the moment it realizes it's been spotted. And honestly, that's just the beginning. As her night continues, things get progressively more terrifying.
It's the... Hi. It's in here somewhere. What was that? What knock? My whole... Dude, I'm chilled to the bone. It's not cold.
Strange sounds echoing through the darkness, and these definitely aren't coming from any normal forest animals. And most people would have packed up and bolted, but not Dee. Despite the growing fear and mounting evidence that something is stalking her, she decides to stand her ground. You can hear the terror in her voice as more unexplained phenomena unfold around her, but she keeps the camera rolling, documenting every moment. A TikToker out with a family member just enjoying a peaceful night under the stars. Well, it should have been a peaceful evening. However, they spotted something weird in the woods behind their home.
A little bit.
Like hunkering down, can you see it? Look with your naked eye.
Like it's looking like it's leaning forward,
Yeah, and it's
like prey.
like, you know, butt moving in the back. Butt moving in the back. See it? I don't want to do this anymore.
The video shows this unidentified creature just moving in ways that don't look natural for any regular animal. The comment section is going wild trying to figure out what they're looking at. Most are convinced it's some type of cryptid, or at least something undiscovered. The skeptics have a more grounded theory. They're saying that this could be an owl. Owls can rotate their heads up to 270 degrees. And yeah, that could explain this extreme neck movement. The debate really comes down to the footage, and it isn't clear enough. RMSO researchers take off to the Pacific Northwest, specifically Myers Flat Wilderness. Towering trees, fog-covered hills, and fresh Bigfoot sightings.
Wait, I think I see something moving.
The research team is there to follow recent reports through forgotten logging town remnants. Rusted equipment, moss-covered machinery. Kind of cool to see these things frozen in time. Their off-trail hiking reveals something strange. Large stick bundles woven into tree crooks almost stood up like teepees or some type of sleeping structure. The team stays cautious.
Not saying that's Bigfoot, but it's out of place. Out of place in a Bigfoot sighting area. There's some sticks that look like they were purposely gathered over there, too.
Those are big ones. And they're woven in and out of the tree.
I really don't like it when someone calls this pure evidence of Bigfoot activity. You know, I just call it a structure in a Bigfoot sighting area, and it's of interest unless you saw Bigfoot actually making the structure. Please don't make those kinds of comments.
Woods go silent, the air gets heavy. Then, noticeable rustling through the brush.
I heard something running around. I thought maybe we would see a deer by how big it was moving around. There's something moving back there. I wonder if I can get the camera on it.
The researcher zooms in with his camera, thinks he's captured something moving, but can't really tell what it is.
There's so much stuff between. The camera's probably going to focus on the foreground and not what's back in there.
Unfortunately, it's gone before getting clear footage. Some say they can see a Bigfoot, I cannot. Now, here's a fascinating theory from viewers. These tree structures aren't dwellings, but they're actually communication markers. The size and number of limbs represent the troop size, telling other Bigfoot families about local group strength. Very interesting. It's a brilliant territorial marking system if true. I mean, that would show us they're way more sophisticated than we ever thought. Anyhow, let me know if you think this investigation captured any credible evidence or if it's just more Sasquatch research frustration.